Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So, hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is your most favorite Stanacho Somerville, and I'm here to share with you something that I created for my company because they have a newspaper and they asked if they could interview me or not. Um, so this is what I wrote. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all enjoying the beautiful sunny weather. Honestly, it's too hot, but thank good for AC. All jokes aside, my name is Tanacho Summerfield, but everyone knows me as Stanley, since it is easier. You might have seen me based on my colorful outfit choices or my contagiously loud laugh. And I write to you because I had the amazing opportunity to share a bit about myself, how I am experiencing the company as well as the country. So, without further delays, let's hop right into the story behind me. I thought I heard something in the background. Whew, but it was not that. Okay. So, you already know my name. I am 24 years old. My big three signs are Leo rising, Pisces sun, and Pisces moon. I am the oldest of nine on my mother's side and the third of seven on my father's side. Fun fact, I have an older brother that has the same birthday as me but is 1 year older. Now that the basics are done, I would like to share my truth as to how I got to Portugal. I have to say that my past is not as bright as most people see me in the day to day office life. Since the moment I can remember, all I saw was dark, horrific events, one after the other. I survived sexual molestation when I was 4 years old, lost my father when I was 9 years old because of skin cancer, grew up in an environment of domestic violence and child violence until I was 14 years old. Did not have any contact with any family members for a year because I came out of the closet when I was 15 years old. Ended up in a foster home from when I was 14 until I was 18 years old. Got, di- got diagnosed with severe depression when I was 19 years old and got hospitalized for 6 months because I was a danger to my own life. When I was 20, I got discharged from the hospital but had no home to return to and was put in a homeless center for a weekend until I called my old foster home and they made me return for a maximum of 2 years. In those 2 years, I tried getting a job, but nothing worked out. I was broke, losing my second studio because I couldn't pay rent, surviving on drinking water and eating dry pasta, and meanwhile looking at YouTube videos of mukbangs and imagining I had something better on my plate. At some point, I just gave in and thought if my life is not working in Belgium, then I should get out of here and start again somewhere else. Which brings me to Portugal. With a very generous gift from the mother of my best friend, I could buy a plane ticket to Porto. And with the very generous gift of my mother, I was able to buy the passport to get here. Since Lisbon was closed, since Lisbon was closed off because of COVID, I took a plane to Porto. Oh, Jesus Christ, sorry. By the time I arrived, I had. Oh, because Lisbon was closed off, I bought a plane ticket to Porto and flew over to stay for 4 weeks in a hostel. By the time I arrived, I had €7 left for my whole stay to get food. Thank God the breakfast was included. During my stay, I had many emotional breakdowns because of my financial situation and the fact my job was not yet confirmed to accept me. But with some financial and moral help from my mother and my old foster home, I was able to survive through my stay with enough food and got the news I could start working for Teleperformance. If I should summarize my past in one sentence, it would be an angel confused and conflicted, born in hell. Coming to Lisbon really gave me a start for a new life. A moment where I had the time to discover who I am besides all that has happened. To discover the true me besides all the trauma. Peeling layers of hurt, anger, hatred, and sadness that turns me cold towards the world. Broken. I believed I was cursed because of my gender identity, sexuality, and skin color. I believed I had no right to exist and that the life where I came from was an answer from God to the sins of my way of life, based on what society spreads in the world. This is my third year in Lisbon, and my life has changed around in those 3 years. I am mentally stable, emotionally mature, physically healthier, and spiritually stronger than I was before. Through accepting who I am and realizing that what happened to me has nothing to do with who I am as a person, how I identify, or who I am romantically interested in, but more about how other people are dealing with their own issues and do not hold any space for healing or becoming a better person. Because their situations might not always give them that space. I stopped internalizing my past as a karmic cost for the way I live my life and started accepting that what has happened cannot be changed. I still hold the power to refuse my past being an excuse for my future. By actively healing through the wounds and nurturing my inner child and the parts that were broken left behind and tossed to the sides. I learned that I have a very big heart that with all the trauma still believes in love, happiness, and kindness. The healing process made me realize how strong I actually am as a person. It made me realize that my power comes from within me and that I don't need anyone in my life to make things happen. This allows me to show up genuinely in the relationship with myself and others because I don't start relationships out of a need to fill up a void. I start relationships with people because I want to. I want to share the love that I have found within myself with the hope it might offer people the things I never had felt in my past. Emotional safety to be honest with ourselves and each other. I want people to remember that life is what you make of it, and that whatever happens to you does not have to define how you can continue your life. What you do with your life is your responsibility. So take that with both hands and build something beautiful. Enjoy the things you could not, and share that feeling of fulfillment and joy with others. This brings me to my experience within the company we all work in, Concentrics. Based on everything I told you, I hope I can show you Concentrics through a different perspective. As a person that is labeled with different minority groups from society's point of view, I must say work life in Concentrics is the best I have experienced so far in my career. I am able to openly express my identity and personality freely. Going out as I do every day is already a challenge because you would be surprised at how ignorant people can be. But I feel safe enough to come as I am every day, and I can definitely appreciate that. Now I will be truthful. I am not a sugarcoater. I say things the way they are based on what I see and experience. Yes, I feel safe enough to come as I am, but it does not mean that there aren't people that are still close minded towards how I identify or towards my sexuality or skin color. Concentrics has many rules that do not allow this behavior, which I am very grateful for. And of course, everyone is allowed to have their own opinions. As long as, besides those differences, we can still respect each other enough to give each other the space to be who we are. The safety of expression can definitely grow and stay, which is a good thing. It is something a lot of companies don't have. I even dare to say that if we keep educating each other about our differences and open each other's mind to how free we all really can be, we can actively start celebrating our differences. Pause. It is something a lot of companies don't have. I even dare to say that if we keep educating each other about our differences and open each other's mind to how and open each other's mind to how free we all really can be, we can actively start celebrating our differences and accept that it is part of what makes everyone so unique. A difference in cultural and religious beliefs or different sexuality and gender expression is not something to antagonize others with. It is an opportunity to grow past your current beliefs and learn from each other's experiences. And learn from each other's experiences. That does not mean you have to agree with it as being your truth or your way of life, but at least respect each other enough to say agree to disagree. If it makes that person happy, why hate it? Don't use your energy to direct it towards others based on what they believe. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from their point of view? What wisdom can their culture or religion give me that I might be able to use? How can this person's gender expression or sexual orientation make me feel more secure on my own choices? You don't have to convert your own beliefs or gender expression or sexuality to understand someone else. Their choices don't define yours. But this does not mean you can't learn anything from it. There are so many learning opportunities we leave for granted simply because we fight so hard against anything that challenges our beliefs and life choices. But if we can accept each other for who we are and be open to the wisdom that comes from it, there is an abundance of gratitude and acceptance waiting on the other side. And that is why I am so happy with how proactive Concentrix is in educating everyone on these differences. By allowing everyone to be who they are, educating people on the cultural differences, making people aware of International Women's Day, Black History Month, Pride Month, and so on, people are brought to the awareness of how minority groups are being treated in the current world. And with that, I hope for a safe space for everyone to continually be themselves and feel better about being able to come to work without the stress of being treated differently based on who you are instead of based on how you work. Every single laugh you hear from me and every outfit I wear or how I show up daily is an active protest against the ignorance of the consequences for minority groups based on the dysfunctional belief system of the old world that people are still carrying on. And with my story, I hope we can continue this protest that our ancestors have passed on to us, to be open and welcoming to people from all ways of life, not only in concentrics, but also in our personal lives. Feel free to follow my social media profiles if you'd like to learn more about how I turned my pain into strength and how you can do it for yourself or strike a conversation with me. If you would like to learn more about me, despite how serious my face might look, I'm much more open to conversations than people might think. And with that, I wish you an amazing rest of your day. That is what I wrote, and they had to cut out a lot because I did not know that they would convert all of that in a small section of a page. But I'm still happy that they converted it the way that they did. I just wanted to share the original work. So there you have it. I hope you like it. And yeah, let's connect, baby. Just, you know, give me a like, be nice, like my content, share it with whoever needs this. You know, I know, we all know that there are people that need to hear this. So send it to them, please. And don't forget to follow my page and check my other social media. I love you from a soul's point of view. And I'll see you in the next one. You're doing great.